Welcome to the Cougar Cast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and this is the place to get all the information on what's going on inside the athletic department at IU Kokomo. And joining us once again for today's show, it's my guy, Grant Patterson. He is the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications at IUK. Grant, welcome back.
Good to be back again, Jay. I think we've got to be 2 months in a row now. No breaks, all gas, no breaks.
All gas, no breaks. A 2-month streak is pretty good. It was a long time where you were gone or I was gone. Summer happened. There was no show for a couple weeks. And then, bam, as soon as we started getting closer to the start of the fall season at IUK, we just kept this thing rolling, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, we're back in the complete swing of things, so it's good to be here on a weekly basis.
You know who's in the complete swing of things? It's a volleyball team. They're in conference play right now and just finished their final non-conference match of the year. 3 straight sweeps. They have won 8 matches in a row. Heather Hayes has his team rolling.
Yeah, big shout out to Coach Hayes. She's got a lot on her plate right now, serving as our director of athletics. We're in the midst of a hiring process for our other assistant AD job. She's got her team, I wouldn't say clicking on all cylinders, because she as any coach should, always believes that they can be better than the way they've been playing. But they have won 8 matches in a row. They're 3-0 in River State's conference play with 3 more matches to play this week. 15-4 overall. Only had 4 losses all of last year, so we're right about where we were. I don't know that this team will lose a match in River State's conference play, especially if we continue to pick up our level of play, because I know that our squad has more in the tank than what they've given. Haven't been at their best, and that'll happen, but I'm expecting things to click on all cylinders real soon, and that's dangerous for any team in the River State's conference, considering we are already 3-0 in conference play.
It's very dangerous not only for the opposition, but also it's a comforting thing for me in my seat, because I believe last year they were undefeated in conference play, won the conference tournament, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a good chance that it would happen, that they go undefeated in back-to-back seasons in conference play. That's insane to think about.
Yeah, going undefeated for consecutive seasons would also guarantee that we host the River State's conference tournament. So that'd be nice to have home court advantage for that semifinal and championship match of the postseason tournament we have for the RSC. So it does a lot of good for national seeding for the NAIA tournament as well. If we can run the table from here on out and go into the postseason, NAIA postseason that is, with 4 losses the way we are now, then I think that sets us up well for the NAIA tournament.
So you said there's 3 matches this week?
Yeah, 3 matches this week. So one Tuesday against IU Columbus, Friday they're at Brescia, and Saturday they are at Oakland City. So this is actually the only home sporting event of the week. The Tuesday's match versus IU Columbus is selfishly, it's a bit nice for all of us in the athletic department to have a bit of a chill week, especially being a volleyball match on a Tuesday night early in the week. Crowd should pack the gym. We got IU Columbus coming to town, about as local as it gets for the River State's conference and an opponent. So yeah, it should be a nice crowd on Tuesday night.
And then next week, we know we don't look ahead to the following week. We kind of just keep in the next 4 or 5 days that are coming up in the week's show. But next week is homecoming, and I know I've had the privilege of being around a lot of homecomings this year doing football stuff, but I haven't really been a part of IU Kokomo's homecoming, and I believe there's 2 volleyball matches next week, one on Tuesday, I think one on Friday. What will fans get to experience if they're able to attend one of those homecoming matches?
Yeah, so there's actually 3, Jay.
3?
We're going to go big. 3 matches next week, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday, I believe they will have the Angel Walk for domestic violence. I'm pretty sure that is Tuesday around the IU Kokomo campus. Mayor Tyler Moore, a bunch of public figures will be out for that on the IUK campus, and then they will all pack the gym for our it's technically a non-conference match against IU East, as I've mentioned on the show before, that we only one match against them this year counts towards conference play. We won that on the road, swept the Red Wolves. So they'll pay a visit on Tuesday. We'll have the Angel Walk for the homecoming week, sort of kicks it off. I'm sure there are other events on campus throughout the week. And then Friday night, we'll have our big homecoming tailgate that multiple people, Ben from Alumni Relations, he does a great job of putting that on. Leanne, she's our administrative assistant in the athletic department. So Friday night we play Alice Lloyd at 6. That is next Friday night. I think that's the 11th. So homecoming matches at 6. The tailgate will start at 5. So yeah, as soon as you get off work, no need to go home. Just come on by for. If you're an alum, grab some food there at the tailgate and then come on in and enjoy domination against Alice Lloyd.
You said there's a match on Saturday as well?
Yeah, Saturday as well. I believe Shawnee State.
Okay.
We've got a loaded next Saturday. It'll be packed. A home golf tournament, home soccer, and home volleyball. So yeah. You'll hear more about that on next week's show, though.
And I'm sure you'll be talking about all the energy drinks you'll be taking on that day because you're going to need them.
Yeah, throughout the week, to be honest. It's become a ritual at this point. If we have a home match of any sort, most of the time they're in the evening, an energy drink is involved.
This week is an off week for soccer. I think I saw on Twitter, River State's conference, the Twitter account kind of highlighted the last match they had, and I think the favorites to be 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact order from the preseason, but it was IU Kokomo and then Rio Grande. They had a game last week, and I believe they tied.
Yeah, it was a 0-0 draw. Defensive battle and what turned out to be really strong wins out there playing in the bit of the Kokomo countryside at Northwestern High School. It was just a defensive battle. I'd say Rio Grande had a few more scoring chances than we did, but we had our fair share of chances. They did as well, and neither team was able to capitalize. And so we began River State's conference play 0-0-1 with the draw. Then Saturday came up short against IU East at home to fall to 0-1-1. IU East struck in about the 30th minute with a goal. Beautiful header. Well executed play off a free kick. So 0-1-1 with a week off this week to not only get healthy, but to determine where to go from here in terms of offensively how to put more balls in the back of the net. But yeah, next Thursday they'll enjoy about 12 days off. So next Thursday they'll play at Midway, and then that 2 days later they'll be back at home against St. Mary of the Woods. A
sport that will not enjoy 12 days off is cross country. I believe they're going to Louisville, and I think this is called Live in the Lou. I don't know exactly if this is going to be a party at the end of the race or not, but that definitely gives a vibe of me that they're going to hopefully do some big things down there.
It is a massive cross-country meet, so I'm sure that's why they go Live in the Lou. There's multiple different divisions. I know a lot of the best Division I programs in the nation descend upon Louisville this weekend. You're placed in a division. We will be in a division with multiple Division I teams, but they're Division I teams whose times replicate or mirror ours.
Okay.
So, say Purdue is struggling this year in men's cross country and their times are like ours, then we would be in their division. I doubt that's the case, but that's just how it works. So Live in the Lou, I'm sure it's because it is one of the bigger cross country meets in the Midwest that encompasses more than just one athletic division, collegiate athletic division. So NCAA, there will be teams from all NCAA divisions. I'm sure there will be a JUCO or two there. And then, of course, obviously we're there. So there will be plenty of NAIA teams as well.
And then last but not least, I think the women's golf team had their fall preview last week. And Grant, I think from what I saw, I believe what you said was that the men's fall preview is this week. Yeah,
men's fall preview will be completed by the time this airs. Monday and Tuesday of this week, they competed out there in Daniels, West Virginia, the resort at Glade Springs. It's a beautiful course, a scenic course. Women's golf finished 5th last week, and in a rain-shortened, we talked about that, rain-shortened 27-hole event instead of 36 holes. The men are out there this week. They were tied 7th out of 10 teams going into Tuesday's final round. Should be finishing up here any minute, but we'll see how they finish up. Really, the golf seasons are coming to an end. Women's golf will be back in action this weekend at John Carroll's University Invitational in Ohio. And then next week, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, they'll host the Crimson Classic. That is the inaugural Crimson Classic, first ever home invitational the women's team has held in the fall, that is. And then the men's team, I think they're going to the Egypt Valley Championship in Michigan, and then they'll finish up at Notre Dame's Warren Golf Course in a couple weeks. So 2 tournaments left after men wrap up Tuesday at the River States Conference Fall Preview. So 2 more tournaments left on the fall portion of the schedule for both men and women's golf.
Last thing here, I believe we just had Cougar Chaos happen on campus. What was a report that you got from either Lisa Pfluger or Eric Eckelbarger?
Yeah, got the report that a good amount of alumni showed up. That is men's and women's basketball alumni. I don't think our current men played, but they had enough men alumni that they could get a scrimmage in between the men alumni. I think there was a dunk contest, 3-point contest, a shooting contest where the men's and women's teams were mixed up. I think it was good for all involved. Community event, I think, but either way, it's more so getting these alumni back on campus to the point where they still feel like they are a part of our community, the IU Kokomo athletics family. So I think it was successful in that realm. Really just started planning it 2 weeks before it happened. So we're going to do something a lot bigger and a lot better next year, considering we already have planning meetings set for this week.
I love hearing about stuff like that. I love hearing about how alumni come back. We got to hear from, I believe, Heather Hayes in the offseason. The volleyball team had something, and then even talked about at, I think it was Audrey Talley's and Nolan Talley's wedding. They were former volleyball players that came back. I love hearing about alumni coming back to the school and just having fun with your former teammates, with people you hadn't played with, what you heard about them. I just love hearing about all that stuff and seeing that stuff happen right here in Kokomo.
Yeah, it's awesome to have, and I think that's a big thing of our new athletic department administration that we have, is we're trying to make sure that if you were once a part of this family, you stay a part of this athletics family, and that's a big way of making it happen. Heather always puts on a great alumni weekend event for volleyball. They really enjoy themselves. Like I said, barely even scheduled, and we still had a decent turnout for this past weekend's Cougar Chaos for men and women's basketball alumni. Big shout out to Traquan Spivey, our assistant, and also a men's basketball alumni. He played a big part in getting this put together. But like I said, it's only going to get bigger and better as the years go on with more time to plan.
What are some last comments you have about anything going on right now in the athletic department?
Yeah, it's that time of the year where we're not far from crossover season. Men's and women's basketball have begun practice. They're at the end of this month, with today being October 1st. They'll be in action at the end of this month. Scrimmages coming up in about 3 weeks for them. Big time part of the year for fall sports as well. Everybody's in River State's conference play. That is for the two sports that play River State's conference matches. Men's and women's golf, they don't play dual matches. They're taking care of their RSC fall previews right now, but women's soccer and volleyball are both in the midst of River State's conference play. So it's a great time to be a Cougar. Successful athletic program, successful student athletes on and off their field or court, whatever it is that they play on. So yeah, if you can't make it out to any sporting events, IUKCougars.com is the place to check out.
I really appreciate Grant coming on the show once again. He is the assistant athletic director for communications at IUK. Does a great job. I was not going to say I was nervous about you doing this full time, but I was kind of seeing how the transition was going to go.
Yeah.
It's been going well from my standpoint. The seat's been kept, and you're not falling asleep on the show, or Heather's not saying, Jay, what is Grant doing? I don't know, Heather. I have no idea. No, all jokes aside, he's doing a great job with, and I look forward to working with him for a long period of time, guys. This has been the Cougar Cast. We'll see you next time.